Hey there everybody, I just did a review of the new ColdSteel Recon Scout, and this one is in CPM 3V, but I have a quick little update, but you are going to need those eclipse glasses that everybody was wearing just a little bit ago for the recent eclipse. So I hope you have a pair of those glasses handy, because there's about to be an eclipse here. All right, I know it was corny. Give me a break. Hey there, everybody. This is a quick knife review of an older school knife. This is the Recon Scout in Carbon V steel from ColdSteel. I do have a Ranger band on the handle there, which is a piece of bicycle inner tube for extra grip. It does have a rubberized handle with like a diamond texture pattern, which is pretty grippy to begin with, but this just adds a hair extra thickness to the handle, which I like, and it seems like it does grip a little better. It has it looks like a brass eyelet hole there for a lanyard. This comes with the old school sheath, which was like a nylon type material. It's got some nylon straps. It's got a small belt loop. You could probably fit about a 1.5 to 2 inch belt through there. But it's all stitched really nice and riveted really nice. It also has this plastic little D-ring down at the bottom, so you can put a leg tie on it, or even hang it on something if you wanted to. But let's get the knife out of the sheath here, if I can do it with my left hand. It's got really tight retention, as you can see there. But there it is. Look at that. Really nice knife. Looks good. It's got like a black kind of powder coat finish on it. You can see the blade edge is just pretty much perfect on this. It's a clip point Bowie knife design. It says, if the light would hit it right and it would focus, ColdSteel. On this side, it's actually stamped right into the metal. And then it's stamped into the metal over here also, USA Carbon V. And I think this was just ColdSteel's 1095. Some people call it Carbon 5 because of the, the Roman numeral V there. Some call it Carbon V, but it's probably just 1095 steel. It might be a little bit more like K-bars, like their Crovan, but I'm not sure of that. Don't quote me on that. I think the handguard is stainless steel. It's powder coated also. The handle has like just a slight swooping to it. You can't see it as pronounced with this Ranger band on, but I do like that extra thickness and grippiness that I get from that. It feels really, really good in the hand. It does have a false edge on the top. If the light will hit that just right. It's not sharp, like it won't cut paper, but it would cut skin if you were to like backslash with it, just to give you an idea of how sharp it is. But it's a pretty nice knife. And even though the sheaths, I've heard some people say these sheaths, they're crap, but I like it. It's an okay sheath. It's probably not as good as their newer Kydex style sheaths, but it's a nice sheath. It does the job. Okay, this is the old version of this knife. This is the Carbon V, or Carbon 5, and this is the CPM 3V. Basically, this is 1095 steel, and this one is CPM 3V. You do get the upgraded sheath, I put some Ranger bands on there in that ferro rod. But yeah, you get the better kind of Kydex sheath. The old one comes with this. It's real hard. Like, it's definitely got a liner in there, but it's some type of nylon with a belt loop there. It's not MOLLE compatible or anything. But you can see they have similar handles, and I do have a Ranger band on both of them for that little bit extra thickness and extra grip. But other than that, and the different steel, they're identical. Pretty much the same blade. I believe they're the exact same thickness. It's just that the one is black, so it's harder to tell. But see how it steps out a little bit there, right towards the handguard, like right in this area? The old school one doesn't do that. Like, this one is actually a little thicker right here. I don't think it's showing up too well. Whereas this one's just nice and straight the whole way. At least it looks that way. Maybe the paint's kind of blending it in. Anyhow, this slides into the sheath real easy. I mean, it has a little bit of retention, but you can see it'll slide right out. And that's fine because you have the retention strap for over the handguard. It's this snap's real difficult on mine though. Really got to fight it to get it to clip. But it wears fine. It rides a little bit high, but nothing too bad. It actually feels lighter than what you would think it is, considering how thick the steel is. But feels pretty lightweight and nimble in the hand. Okay, got a sheet of printer paper here. This looks like it's never been sharpened by anyone. It's pretty much new old stock. So let's see if they used to arrive sharp. Not terrible. It will cut paper. Nothing to write home about. But it does it. It's a little bit of a rough cut. It could use a stropping, I'm sure. But it's doing it. Okay, now I stropped it a few times on a leather strop with some green compound. I don't know if it made it any better, but we'll see. Oh yeah, much more noticeably sharper. Yep, that's all it needed was a quick strop. Well, it's got about a 7-inch blade. And it's almost 13 inches. It's about 12 3/4 overall. Almost 1.5 inches for the width. And just a hair over 1/4. So about 5/16 on the thickness. And the handle's about 5 inches. I can't seem to find my scale anywhere, but if my memory serves me, I think this comes in right around 14 to 15 ounces by itself. And it might be a little, I don't know if it'd be much heavier at all, because this is like light as a feather. But maybe a pound overall, something like that. It does say ColdSteel Carbon V. I really like that Ranger band trick on this knife. It just gives it that extra oomph. That false edge swedge up on the top looks really cool too. It's not super needle sharp on the tip. If that's showing, I don't know if it'll show or not. But it's, you know, it's nice. It'll do the job. Go. But yeah, it's really nice knife. I'm glad I have this one, and I thought I would just show it today. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. It's kind of short and sweet, but that's all I got for this one. It's the ColdSteel Recon Scout in Carbon V or Carbon 5, whatever you want to call it, steel. I think right after this version, they had made one in 01 tool steel for a while. And then they went to that VG10 or that Sanmai, whatever it is. And then I think now they're on the CPM3V. So I think this is one of the oldest ones you can get, the Carbon V. But I hope you enjoyed this video.
This is Joe Doomsday, signing out.